welcome back to Star Trek Resurgence. And where we left off, we had some interesting things happening. We had Tylas, I think her name was, that from the Hatari, who messaged Jara to say, I found something, sent her a scan of this artifact, but she might be in trouble. So that's gonna be something that's popping up, hopefully, so we can help her. And then Diaz was having a look at this, looking at the warp thing, and they realized that the thing that's stopping warp is being emitted from the moon of the Hatari home planet where the mines are. So it's almost like it's a weapon that stops warp drive working. And also there was a crystal that was in the shuttle that landed. There was a bit of tension between Edsila and Maris. Both of them had a little bit of a disagreement about what they should do with the crystal, but I think it was all right at the end. So yeah, and we're now moving on from just found the crystal, and we're going to find out what's going to happen with the scans of the artifact, I think. So let's jump into it.
Commander Rydek was able to work behind the scenes during the negotiations and made contact with a representative from the Hatari delegation named Tylas. She mentioned an unusual artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hatari palace, which she believes came from the mines on Tau. Now, this artifact might have a connection to the revolt, to the storm, and to the warp disruption we now know has been targeted at the Resolute. Commander Rydek, if you want to take it from here.
Of course.
Time to debrief.
Tylas managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these scans using my tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The Federation database has records from a vast number of civilizations. If anyone from Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
Cross-referencing with Federation records.
Displaying symbols from Federation database with a 90% probability of match or higher. Select a symbol to further analyze.
Okay, so we now have to select a symbol. Oh, okay, I see. So the one on the left is the one we're looking to compare it to. I'm not seeing anything that's too hopeful right now. Oh, 1 minute. Maybe that? Yes or no? Is that good or bad?
99.2% match.
Got it.
Wow, first one. Just too good. The Tkon Empire.
So, what are we looking at?
The design and composition indicate this is a glyph associated with the ancient Tkon Empire. Their civilization collapsed over 600,000 years ago, but once spanned millions of systems with a population numbering in the trillions.
Fascinating. The Tkon were once the most advanced, most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
Is it possible the Hatari found Tkon technology?
I wonder if they even know what they have.
Our knowledge of the Tkon is limited. I have only encountered passing references to them.
They know how to use it. It's probably...
I can't speculate about how much they know, but one thing's for sure. They know how to use it.
Indeed.
Which might explain how they seized control of the mines.
And targeted us with a weapon that prevents warp travel.
Computer, what is the last recorded discovery of other Tkon artifacts?
On stardate 41386.4, the USS Enterprise D under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard discovered a Tkon outpost in the Delphi Ardu system. According to the mission summary, an unbreakable energy-draining field was deployed against the Enterprise and a Ferengi ship. The Enterprise was only able to escape after negotiating their release with an entity known as Portal 63, Guardian of the Tkon Empire.
I remember that episode,
Unbreakable energy draining field. It starts to make
It's like
sense.
season 1 or 2, I think.
What else is there?
There's a lot here. Let's take it piece by piece.
Select the aspect you wish to learn more about.
Someone from the Takan Empire is actually still around.
Or at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer, what other information do you have on Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire?
The entity known as Portal 6-3 is of an unknown nature. A biped humanoid, he was unaware that the Takan Empire no longer existed at the time of the encounter. He was able to control the crystal-based technology of the Takan outpost through apparent telepathic means. It was by his choice that the Enterprise was released from the energy draining field after Commander William T. Riker of the Away Team argued on behalf of both Starfleet and the Ferengi.
Telepathic control of their technology.
As I have said, they were the most advanced civilization in the galaxy.
I do remember, like, I think this guy was a bit crazy. Because he'd been, like, in some sort of stasis or something for, like, years.
What sort of planet is Delphi Ardu 4?
Delphi Ardu 4 is an M-class planet, a barren rocky world with little to no vegetation and frequent ion storms. The giant crystals that grow there absorb energy, but it is not understood how they do so. The entire Delphi Ardu system, consisting of 11 planets, was considered completely uninhabited until the encounter with Portal 6-3.
Frequent ion storms. That can't just be a coincidence.
Okay, let's have a look at the Ferengi.
There appears to be some sort of restriction order from Starfleet. Computer, explain this restriction.
A Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 6-3.
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign for just anybody.
I suppose it makes sense, considering what happened to the Enterprise D.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to get stuck in that again, would you?
The technology to capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful. Computer, what else can you tell us about the energy-draining field the Takan used?
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology used was beyond the comprehension of then-current Starfleet science.
The engineering team found a quantized spin crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Hotari. They registered tetrametric radiation coming from it.
We have Takan technology on board right now?
We might. I'll run a full analysis in the containment lab.
The Elydians should have crushed the revolt. But if the Hotari have Takan technology and can control it, I see why they're willing to negotiate peace. For all we know, this could be just the beginning. And we're up against something greater than we can imagine.
I don't really know what to say. It's either 2 or 3, I think. I think 3.
This kind of power in Hotari hands, it could be dangerous. For everyone.
Agreed. Which is why we should find a way to neutralize it if we can.
If it helps. We've been able to triangulate the source of the ionic interference and warp disruption to a specific mine on Tau. Engineering used the latest data from your shuttle to pinpoint its origin.
There.
So we know where to look.
We need to know what's down there. What the Hotari are hiding. To better understand what we're up against. And to neutralize it if we can.
Captain, embarking on a mission to the Hotari moon would not be viewed favorably by either side. However, given the circumstances, we are entirely within our rights to defend ourselves.
I just want to make sure this doesn't blow up in our faces. Which is why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission to Tau.
Course.
Assuming you're up to the task. It would require absolute secrecy. And obviously, it's not without risk.
Should I say I'll assemble a away team? Let's go with that.
I'll get the away team in and out. They're in safe hands with me.
Under normal circumstances, that would be the case. But given the sensitive nature of this incursion, I'm afraid you'll have to go it alone. I'm hoping Tylus can accompany you. The priority is to avoid detection. It's a calculated risk. The last thing we need is to get caught and then blamed for violating our neutrality and aggravating an already tense situation. We can't afford any mistakes. which is why I've chosen you.
It's a risk we have to take. There you go, that seems like...
It's a risk we have to take. We need to know what we're up against.
Agreed. And of course you'll have the full support of the Resolute throughout.
We must take every precaution.
Get in touch with Tylus and make the necessary arrangements as
Why didn't
discreetly
she
as
like that?
possible.
Bridge to Captain Solano. The Illidians have moved additional ships to the edge of the Hotari system. Current heading is straight for the homeworld.
Understood.
It would seem we no longer have the luxury of waiting. In that case, may I suggest you and I return to Hotari Prime? Doing so will provide Commander Rydek as much time as possible to complete her mission.
Agreed. We'll hail the Queen's delegation from my ready room. We all know what we need to do. Dismissed.
Intense stuff. So we're going it alone. And we're gone. That was quick. This game doesn't hang around. Lost and found.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar, where is the crystal formation that you found in the shuttle? I have tasked Ensign Calloway with performing a full analysis of the tetrametric pulses.
Security brought it to the containment lab.
I was just there. They don't know anything about it. Security never checked it in.
Miranda never got there?
She's the one that had the crystal formation?
Yeah, her and the rest of the security detail from the negotiations.
Diaz, Tamaris. Carter Diaz to Miranda Maris.
Commander Westbrook to Petty Officer Miranda Maris. Respond.
Something's not right.
Yeah, this isn't good.
She's still on the ship. She has to be.
Computer, locate Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
Petty Officer Miranda Maris is in the isolinear storage array on Deck 5.
I'll go find her.
Good.
I am sure Mr. Diaz can attend to this on his own.
Really? What if something bad has happened? Like one person on their own? That seems like a really stupid thing to do, right? I always like the buddy system. Buddy up. Just in case something's gone awry. What happens then? If they had some sort of like brain control over them?
Someone improperly pulled these isolinear chips.
That's not good. Oh, there's some chips on the floor as well. What am I looking for here? Hello? Anyone there? Mr. Diaz here. Why pull these chips? What does that do?
Who did this?
I'm gonna enter silently. Something don't feel right. Like, if we're calling out and it's not her or she's been like compromised, like we lose the something of surprise. there's a phrase, and my brain has literally frazzled and said, "No, you're not going to remember." Act of surprise. What are you up to, girl?
What the?
It's just you. I'm busy right now. Why don't you come back later?
I called
Yeah,
you
let's
on
go
the comm
comm
badge. Twice. Commander Westbrook, too. Why didn't you answer?
Oh, I guess I was just caught up in my work. But I'm through here, so I can't stay and chat. I have other things to do. Sorry you came all this way for nothing.
But hold on a second. Commander Westbrook said the crystal formation we found in the shuttle never made it to the containment lab. He sent me to find you.
I don't know why he'd say that. I brought the crystals to the lab myself. Whatever he told you, he got it wrong. All I know is where I left them.
Take me there.
If that's the case, let's both go down there and find them. It's that simple.
I don't have time for that. I have work to do. Look, I appreciate that you came to check on me, but I'm fine. You worry too much. We're on a starship. Nothing's gonna happen to me here.
I'm worried because you're acting strange. One minute you're citing regulation to take the crystals, and now you don't seem to care that they've gone missing. And what are you even doing in here?
Will you drop it?
No.
I don't like being interrogated, Carter.
Hey, wait up!
Flippin' heck, she got down that ladder quick, didn't she?
I'm getting some very mixed signals from you right now. I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress right now.
Don't play that game.
Just tell Chovak or whoever I don't know where the crystals are, and let me go about my business. I know we have some things to figure out. I don't have time to stand
you're
around and
hiding
debate
something.
with you.
I don't know what it is, but you're hiding something. What's in that storage drive?
It's secure data. It doesn't concern you.
Miranda, hold on!
No. Get out of my way.
Boom.
So I see you found each other.
You were taking so long, the commander sent us to see what the problem was. Diaz, you were sent here with specific orders, and fighting your crewmate wasn't one of them. What the hell is going on here?
Let's just let them explain.
I'd like to hear that, because I know what it looks like.
Something is wrong with her.
There's something seriously wrong with her. She's not herself, I'm telling you.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
Well, for one, she was copying data onto this.
This drive is unauthorized.
There are ISOs all over the floor.
And that's why I was in here, investigating this situation.
Nah, they can't believe
And
that,
when
right?
Carter came looking for me, we got our wires crossed. It wasn't anything more than that.
Check the data on this drive. I'm sure it'll show her access codes were used. And there were probably files copied while I was still with you two in engineering.
That makes sense.
Then get someone down here who can prove that. But until then, I have to go.
I don't know what's going on here, but I think we need to call it into security. She can explain herself in the brig.
Hold on a minute. We don't need to put this on anyone's permanent record.
Yes, we do.
Carter said you're not yourself. If something's wrong with you, we should head to sickbay and the doc will fix you right up.
Yeah, I haven't felt right since I came back from Hotari. I think I should see the doctor.
You two know her? If you really think she's not well, we can take her to sickbay first. But what I know is this is a security breach, and we should treat it as such.
Please, just
I don't know
let
what
me
to
go see
do.
the doctor.
She did have a bumpy ride back on the shuttle. Come on, Carter. We should get her taken care of.
Go on then, we'll take it to
You better be
sickbay.
sure about this.
Let's take her to sickbay. It's better than the brig, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Fine. Get checked out by medical. You two go with her. I'll put this back together.
Something's not right. Something's not right with her, but I don't know what. Can they do like mind control, do you reckon? Or can they like change their appearance? No, because she has memories and stuff, doesn't she? So she's definitely her. It's just doing stuff blackmailed, or I don't know. This is weird. I don't know where it's going. I mean, it's a good thing about a story, isn't it? When you don't really know what the next thing is going to be. Not too predictable. What lies beneath? Okay, we're on the moon. Find Diaz. It's an alright moon. It's looking a little bit shoddy. What are we looking at here?
Foliage on Tau resembles underwater plant life on Earth.
Oh, we got little...
The universe is full of mysteries.
Corals going on. I'm just trying to think. This probably might be a good spot to leave this video, actually. Because this is going to go into a whole big deal. And I'm about 20 minutes in. So we'll finish it here. And then next video, we will we'll continue our secret moon mission, and we're just gonna have a look at quickly how people have responded to stuff. Captain Solano couldn't help but be impressed with Jara's fearlessness in regard to the mission on Tau despite the evident risks. Lieutenant Bedrosian, there you go, was inspired by how she addressed it for the senior staff meeting. Oh, okay, I thought she was inspired by our boldness, but I thought she wasn't that happy. I thought it popped up with a thing that wasn't green. So interesting. Admires diplomacy. That's fine. I think there's nothing new there. Nothing new there. Nothing new there. Nothing new there. Oh, Calloway. He's the guy who was helping with Carter and that. Nothing new there. Insulted by his suspicion, but did at least appreciate when he sent it to sickbay instead of the brig. I mean, we're suspicious because you're being super weird, right? So I'm not really feeling bad about that one. Chovak agreed. Okay, nothing new there. Nothing new there, and nothing new there. Okay, cool. So overall, not a lot has changed, but we've got some shifty going on in the Resolute. We've got some security people who went down to the Hatari planet who aren't acting normal. Well, one so far, but we haven't. I think she was expecting the other security people who went down with her, maybe. And we're going to find that they're also acting a bit shifty and they're trying to do something. Oh, I mean, like, actually, just thinking about it, they wanted to do the taking over the ship. Maybe, potentially, because the Hatari guy was asking questions about the ship. Maybe this is what that is. So maybe that's what's happening there, but not sure how. So yeah, come back next time to see if any of that is true or if I'm just completely talking rubbish. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you when I see you.